I'm trying to put money in your pocket, that crypto wallet, that bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways.
I'm about to drop some hugely powerful alpha. And that's what they call it. They call it alpha, believe me. Okay? And not many people know this, but alpha means that I know big things, strong things, powerful things. So here's the alpha, folks. If you want to be hugely rich like me, you got to join and subscribe to the BLEEVESCRYPTO YouTube channel. You got to become a member because many people say, quite frankly, it's the strongest YouTube channel out there. It's fantastic. It's the best. So let me know what you think, folks. Funny Donald Duck.
I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this. It's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 Lady, and I got my shine. Money in my pocket and we're feeling fine. Radio's loud and we're playing Sublime. I think it's gonna be a good day, my oh my. I can't believe I made it this far, it's a miracle. Floating in the clouds now, used to be miserable. Never looking back since I changed my ways. I'm on that good life tip today. I'm looking for the good life, good life. Sitting on top of the world, I wanna be shining like diamonds and pearls. I want you to go there with me, girl. I'm looking for the good life, good life. Baby, we can have it all. We can make love out of waterfalls. I'm living that good life after all. Yeah. La da da da, good life, sitting by the fire. La da day, good life, feeling that breeze.
What is going on, everybody? I hope you're having a good evening. This is Bleeves. We are going early. We are going often. This shit right here is happening right now. Shibarium, the beta, is about to be released. Everything's getting kind of crazy. Shibarium and Bone, baby. It's all coming. Now, the Bone is pumping super hard right now. I don't know how far it goes. I don't know how long. We're about 10 minutes into the Asian market opening up. I'm on here a little bit early tonight because, god damn, it's been one of those days where you look at it and you see what's going on, and you're just at this point kind of hoping that we're going to continue seeing the craziness that we've had. And at this point, we should probably take a step back and kind of look at some real analysis of this chart and get kind of an idea of where are we going to go from here? What's it going to look like? Do we have some spots in mind? You know, what is the next step? What does it look like? Where does it end? What do we have any kind of the question is, how high do we go, right? And I saw somebody Jesus Christ, I want to say it was just recently said that we could go to $300 in Bone, and that just, to me, that on the surface just kind of sounds ludicrous because, you know, let's take one step back and let's have this, the anticipation of Bone popping out in short order. The anticipation of Bone popping out in short order caused it to pump to $2 and what was it, 11 cents last time around, something like that. And that was 2 weeks ago, right? So now we get that it's actually about to run. And what happens? We're sitting at $1.70. So now the question is, well, what's going to happen over the next little while? Because now we've got that opportunity for the FOMO to build up. Now we're going to find out, is there really a whole bunch of people out here that are talking about pumping this chart up? So let's take a quick look, and you can see right here we are sitting at $1.70 right now. Now, guys, I remember telling you that I was going to go in for 20,000, ended up going in for like 15,000. I basically went in for 10 ETH, and right now that 10 ETH is like 10.7 ETH. So I'm up. As a matter of fact, here let's Uniswap that, and we'll check that out as we go tonight and see if we don't get a pump. If we don't get a pump, oh well. Where are we at here? 97.53 is what we ended up getting, and that is currently worth 10.7 Ethereum. So in this context, we're up, I want to say $1,100, something like that, from that play. Now, does that pay for an Asus Strix ROG 18-inch brand new laptop? No, it doesn't. So what are we going to do? We're going to hold for a little longer. We're going to see if we can get that laptop. So that's what we're doing tonight. I don't know about you. Pre-markets for tomorrow, by the way, just a mixed bag. Nothing really changed over here. The overall market was way down, but guess what? Now we're just kind of dead even with the day. Now, to take a moment away from Bone before we do some analysis and try to figure out, what are our levels? What are we looking at? What do we think is going to happen? Before we do that, this was the big thing today. Jerome Powell met with Congress, and he said, we don't want to strangle crypto innovation, but the sector is a mess. Now, that was not in support of the SEC. That was not in support of anything that's going on. We have to be open to the idea that somewhere in there is technology that can be featured in productive innovation and that makes people's lives better. We don't want to stifle innovation. Powell was asked to address cryptocurrency issues several times during his testimony, which will continue Wednesday before the House Financial Services Committee. We've seen just a remarkable set of events in the crypto space, noting there's been quite a lot of turmoil in the past year with companies collapsing and high-profile fraud being revealed. We see in crypto activity lots of things that suggest that regulated financial institutions should be quite cautious in doing things in the crypto space. So, this is the issue with stablecoins. He suggested to Congress needed to step in to provide a workable legal framework for digital assets. So Powell has your back in this regard. Also, directly address stablecoins as an area in need of oversight. People are going to assume when they deal with something that looks like a money market fund that has the same regulation as a money market fund or a bank deposit. So stablecoins need some attention in that respect. Powell said there's a place for stablecoins in the financial sector if they get appropriate regulation, but Powell argued that there are real concerns about permissionless public blockchain. And the reason is that they've been so susceptible to fraud, to money laundering, and all of those things. Now, money laundering, who gives a shit? Cut that out, because before money was being laundered digitally, it was being laundered literally through like Italian laundromats and stuff like that. I mean, come on. To say that that's the big concern, that's disingenuous. The fact is, you don't control the money. If cryptocurrency is the law of the land, then the money is no longer your issue. You don't control everything, and the lack of control, that's what matters the most to these people. It's not about the money laundering. That's just the facade. That's just the thing that they put out. And then they say to you, hey, money laundering. And then you say, oh yeah, money laundering is bad. And then they say, well, the criminals are using the cryptos and the currencies, and they're using the Bitcoin in order to sell the drugs. Well, they were using cash before that, asshole. So why don't you just pimp that and stop pretending? You know what I mean? So it's very disingenuous of them to have these arguments with no broad basis in reality. But that is what they're having right now. And Bone is starting to pump again, by the way. And we are at 10.7. It still looks like 10.7. So we're kind of stuck at that 10.7 level. So we'll keep checking in on this as we go through the night. But I guess I said what I wanted to right here. Just the fact that he stepped in here and he's had a little bit of this going on. Very good. Very, very good. And the other thing that goes along with this as news tonight, the SEC just got sent packing as Voyager wins court approval for the sale to Binance.us. So Gary Gensler, who's basically should be at this point called Larry Lensler, because he's taken so many L's, you loser, that he absolutely look, he hasn't even, when's the last time he really had a victory? I'm pretty sure that, what was it? Kraken Kraken paid him $30 million just because they pat him on the head and said, you know what, you look like you could use the money, Mr. Homeless guy, because like that's the only thing that I've seen him really, really win. So, and it's been a while. So I think that this is another slap in the face and just an indication that Congress should be taking note of that Gary Gensler does not know what he's doing, and he is way over his head in this regard. And at some point, they're going to have to step in and they're going to have to do something about it. But Voyager is now being sold to Binance.us because the SEC was unable to make a compelling argument or a logical argument in any way concerning all of the outlandish claims that were made about Voyager and Binance.us. So, so much for that one, Gary. And then finally, Ethereum creator Vitalik Buterin. And this one, by the way, look, I don't know how to even, oh my God, I can't even, guys, serious shit here. Okay. I don't even know how to say this without just being like, oh my God, I can't believe I just read this. There is somebody in the cult space. Okay. And cult, by the way, the token, token, man, I swear to God. Okay, so here's what happened. Just so you guys understand here. This is just, oh Jesus Christ! It's look, it's had a nice little run the last couple days. Is it where I said it would never get back to at 1,500? No, of course it's not, because it's not going to go there. It's never going there again. It's not doing 100x. It's not going to be a $5 billion. It's not, okay? But here's the thing. It got on a nice little run, right? And what happened? Vitalik Buterin nets nearly $700,000 as billionaire sells all his free meme coins per on-chain data. One of them was Cult DAO. He sold 58 ETH, which, by the way, just in case, that allowed me to get Vitalik Buterin's wallet, which is this one right here, currently holding $93,000 worth of ETH and $9 million in ERC-20, and then 165 wrapped ETH. And he's got 10 billion Cult DAO. But here, so he has 10 billion Cult DAO remaining after selling 58 ETH because he was just given a whole bunch of that ETH, right? So what happens? Some dingbat comes out here and says, well, obviously he took the time to make it 10 billion. Otherwise, he must have been thinking really hard about it because he must want to keep it, or some just ridiculous bullshit, right? Like, oh my God. And they're using that to try to pump the chart up. Well, let's go in here and let's look. Oh, look, he kept 1 billion of this. Oh, look, he kept 1 billion of this. Oh, look, he kept 1 million of this other one right along here. And then he kept 1,000 of one. He kept 100 of one. The dude likes 1,000,000,000, right? So, and this idiot who's trying to he's just trying to wreck and rug other people and make them exit liquidity is like, well, he must be looking at us and saying, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, do you people not see this sometimes? Oh, God damn it. Did I not share the screen again? Ain't this a bitch? All right. So let's do this. Y'all want to see his wallet again? Let's go look at this asshole's wallet. All right. So, boom. Now we've got Vitalik's wallet, right? And right here, he's got 1 billion of this ERC-20 token worth 9 million, right? Then he's got 10 billion of Cult DAO worth 92,000. Then he's also got, scroll down, 1 billion Luna Chow. Is he some big mark for Luna Chow? Of course he's not. He just kept 1 billion because he thinks it's fucking funny to do something like that. Like, that's what's happening here. And then as you keep scrolling down here, you don't have to go very far. He's holding 1 Link token. He's holding 100 pre-search tokens. He's holding 1 Kaj. He's holding 100,000 PKG. He's holding 1 Roth. He's holding 1. And as you go down here, you're going to keep finding it. And I'm going to keep scrolling because this dude has a lot of shit in his wallet. 1,000 right here. As you go down here, you're going to find 100. You're going to find another one, 10. You're going to find 10. You're going to find he has a fascination when he sells these off of leaving himself an even number of tokens left, right? And this dingbat says, oh, well, Vitalik Buterin must be deciding that he wants to keep 10 billion tokens for some reason. No, he didn't give a shit about your token. He's doing it because it's a round number and it's easy to see. Like, Jesus Christ, don't be that stupid. You know what I mean? Because can you do the math on 9,748,452? It doesn't make any sense, but it's real easy to look at a chart and to know that you have 10 billion tokens worth a specific amount. And as the chart moves and as the price moves, then he knows exactly what the number is, and he can sell it back off, and then he can go buy what he actually wants. Well, of course, the people who are trying to use this shit as exit liquidity are like, oh, well, look, Vitalik is bought in. And then, of course, we got, where did it go? There was a pump that started right over here, and then he dumped on it. Or no, I'm sorry, he dumped on it over here. And then the price has been going back down since then. But they were trying to use it as, oh, he's invested in Cult. No, he isn't. You gave him free tokens, and you lied to your investors about it. Like, Jesus Christ. God damn it. You know what? I need to have a vacation after having a vacation. Do you know what I mean? Like, you ever feel like that? I need to have a vacation after having a vacation, because these people are out of their goddamn minds. What does he have? Cult. He has Cult because they donated it to him, because people give him tokens all the time, and he just sells them on the open market. And what Cult did is said, oh, look, because he's got Cult tokens, he must like Cult. He doesn't give a shit about Cult. He just knows that he can make a bunch of money off of it. And he sold 58 ETH, which was about 90,000, and kept 50 ETH, which was about 9. I mean, are we not seeing it? Does it really take that much to figure out that it was a ploy? Here's the total ETH, by the way. Here's the sale. And notice how much got sold. Here's the funny part, right? Notice how much got sold. Half of his bag minus taxes, because the taxes took out just a few percentage points, right? So he ended up actually selling 9.8 billion and kept 10 billion because they gave him 20 billion. Like, are we that goddamn dumb that people don't look this shit up? Like, is it really that hard? You know what I mean? It's just crazy to me. So anyway, now we're at 10.61, and Bone is still, Bone's still holding its own, by the way. So, and we're over here in the Bone zone, waiting for, look, I think the European market and the Asian markets and stuff like that should be pumping at some point today. Maybe this ends up being something decent. Don't know yet. It's only been a couple of hours, but over the next couple of days, we'll see how this thing runs, right? So that being said, I think we've covered that all. And then here is the announcement from Shibarium Technology. Attention, Shib Army. We're thrilled to announce that Shibarium public beta will be launching this week, and it is Tuesday. So you've got tomorrow, which is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So we've got within 4 days, we're going to know. Make sure you're following our official socials over the next few days as we reveal all the details on how to access the beta website. Now, that means that we're going to see a lot of activity. So now, here we are on Bone, and we're going to get away from the day chart. We're going to go to the hour chart, and we're going to look. This was a very nice run, by the way. So if you take a look at this, that was about 26% pump. 19.8% is how it's registering right now on the 24-hour, but that's because it was up here for a little while. So this is where we are. I bought 9,753 Bone tokens the moment I saw this happening, and I put in approximately 10 ETH right now. So let me remove that, and I'll tell you what we're up. We're up $1,152 right now. So cool, right? Anyway, so the question now becomes, where are we looking? What is our resistances? Obviously, we're sitting right here, so we're going to have to zoom in right now and we're going to have to come up with where is the first level that we're looking at as resistance, and that's obviously this spot right here, $75.9, 17580. Because it stopped right here at 175, I want to move this down just a little bit and say it's probably right here at $1.75. That seems to be the cutoff number right now, and then we can argue later about the wicks matching up exactly perfect, but I think that's a pretty good spot. So that's where we are right now. And if we come over here and we start to dig in, then we see a lot of support that was used right here at $1.75. We lost it just a little bit for a couple of hours, but that's not non-support. And then we see a lot of activity right here. So now we're looking at other areas. Where do we have more of this kind of activity? And it's $1.82. And if you guys disagree with me, it's okay for you to be wrong. You've been wrong before. $1.82 seems to be where the next level is. These are minor resistance points. So what I think is going to happen here is I think that if we get a pump going, and if it continues to pump, then we're going to hit $1.75. Then we're going to $1.82. I got $1.81.9, but that looks kind of close enough here, right? Because we've had a lot of settling and stuff like that in this area overall, all the way up and down this chain right here. But and we've only hit this for a very short period of time. So now we got to start looking at the next one, and the next level should be pretty clear at $1.87. And then $1.92. I mean, Jesus Christ, is basically every 5 cents, right? And then we have the all-time high over here, which is 211. Now, that's on this chart, by the way. I think maybe at on some level, 242 is I don't know why I have 242 up here, but it sure looked like I had 242 for some reason. I have no idea why I got 242 up there. Jesus Christ. I must be. Oh, I know. Let's go back to the day chart. Here we go. Going back here to August of last year, 242 represents that high over there. So and it's actually 239.90. So there we are. Now we got it all mapped out. So now we have an idea of where everything is going to go if it continues to send. Now, here's the interesting part. When this turned the last time, you could see here, like it kind of turned on this date right here at $1.48, and then it ran capping off at 211. So if this caps off at 211 again, then I think that, we end up with a nice little run of maybe 2 Ethereum, something like that. Like that would be a fairly decent run. Now, if people and the FOMO really, really, really starts to kick in, and we start to see what could be this massive run, because you look over here and you can see that the max up here was 245. And let's see, 9753 times 245. That's 23,894, and I don't give a shit about that. I care about how much Ethereum that would be, and it's 1567. So divide that by 1567, give or take, and that's about 15 Ethereum. So that would be about a 50% move. So that would be good enough to say that we got a good run out of Bone. But if you go to a lot of these people on, if you go look at a lot of the people that are on, you know what? I'm just going to go there and I'm going to show you, because I was like shocked. I was like, Jesus Christ, are these people out of their goddamn minds? Bone right here. Now, I think we might have to do Bone Shiba swap. All right. So, this one says 100, 200, or 300. This one says 500 bone will retire you. This guy says, I just spent 20,000 on bone and shib. I'm going to profit 1.2 million. Oh, God damn it. Guys, y'all got to stop me sometimes. You got to stop me because like these are my compatriots, right? Jesus fucking Christ. All right, this one says bone is getting sent to 100 by Shiba Inu and Shibarium. That's Crypto Galaxy. This asshole right here looks like he made his own. Oh, that's me. Looks like he made his own Shiba Inu in the background. Oh, it's rugged. It's over. So let's forget that. So we got Bone 100. Here we go. Bone price prediction for 2023. Can it reach $10 by this year's end? I even heard $5 from multiple sources today saying it's going to run to $5 as soon as Shibarium is announced. So we're going to see that over the next couple of days because we have any time between now and Saturday, I would think, to see if this pump happens. Now, what do we do? If you're in Bone right now, be prepared to exit the moment you see the actual Shibarium announcement because buy the rumor, sell the news will be the order of the day. And this price action will go down big time. So don't get yourself put in a position where you are exposed and you end up getting wrecked because of that. And it looks like we're on a run right now. A little bit of a pump is starting to happen again. Now, when it got up here, by the way, last time there was a lot of huge bots. Look right here. You can see here, like all of these were bots. You can see that, right? That were buying and selling and just doing front runs. And I mean, he was scalping. Just look at this. He scalped right here. 0.05 ETH. Like that's not even worth it. Like why? Like it's just a bot that's scalping a little bit at a time. And it's crazy that you're putting up that much ETH. Just whoo, that is a lot. Anyway, so let me move down here to a smaller time frame here and then look at it this way so you can see right here. So what happened here is just to give you guys some perspective and see what I was seeing when it was happening was we had a fib retracement tool. We're going to look at it right here and we're going to see this and then we're going to see it broke down past the 61 level, right? All the way down into this spot before it started to bounce back. Now, it seems a little weird to have been put into that sort of position. So I do want to say that most probably the way I've got it lined up right here, even though I'm missing that, this is probably that 110 purchase. Like it's probably a front run bot because the natural retracement for anything right here is listing at this 0.618 fib retracement. So I got a feeling that this was just one of those crazy one-off sort of things. And if we bring it back down into this level, then it makes sense to call it, hey, this is just a 0.5 retracement. And now we're already back over. So now the question is, do we get another pump? We haven't seen that actual parabolic move yet. Now, what's going on? You see here, the pump is starting to happen again. We're at $1.74, which means that we're at what? 10.75 ETH. By the way, here's what's going on. For those of you that are, God damn it, I didn't share the screen again. Okay. Okay. Okay, guys. Here's what did happen, right? I am trying to I saw this awesome laptop. You want to see the laptop at some point? Because I'll show you the laptop at some point. And no, by the way, I'm not high. I'm just happy that I'm not COVID messed up again. So, all right, let's get over here. And here we are. We're at 10.75 ETH right now because we've got this pump going on. Okay. So now let's go back in here. We're going to close this over here because I want you guys to be able to see the fib retracement. So we're looking at it right here. Now, if I take the fib retracement tool from here to here, I get basically a perfect retracement right there, showing that we stopped right there at the 0.5 line, perfect retracement right there. And now we're pumping up again, and we're moving a little bit sideways as we consolidate up at this $1.72, this higher level. And now we're getting the pump going back on. So now the question becomes how far and what happens when we pump again. So that one I don't really know. Now we're on the 5 minute, by the way. So when you look at it that way, it makes a lot more sense. But let's go to the hour and let's look at it on the hour. I'm going to get rid of this delete. And we're going to get rid of the fib for the moment. And we're going to kind of break this out. By the way, we are looking at two charts just in case you didn't recognize it when I started doing it. I've got one open over here, which we're doing a whole lot of lines and stuff like that. And that's Trading View balling out. And then we've got DEX tools that we're using over here. And the DEX tools I'm using because that's the Ethereum swap that we've got everything invested in, right? So we've got that $1.82. If you look right here where we kind of wicked out at $1.95, you can see that there is some argument across here at $1.95, which we're going to go ahead and make a line on right now at $1.95, even though over here we're not at $1.95, we're at $1.92. Okay, we're going to do that because this thing settled right here at 195. It settled over here at 195 a couple times. At 195 over here, we're probably going to see 195 come up multiple times on Bone for this. So right now we're still in that pump phase, and we've got the MACD is moving in a great direction right now. Now, I don't know how long this is going to last. Of course, we're just kind of taking guesses at it right now. But I want to say that if we just kind of base it off of this that's happening right here, right now, even if we did take like a fib retracement and say, this is what's going on here, we correct back to $1.57 in a couple days, maybe, or something like that. Like we're just guessing at this point. So what are we? We really haven't corrected so much as we've just eaten up these wicks this entire time. So we got this big hammer here. We got a hammer here. Now we're kind of moving sideways. So we might have some correction coming due at a guess, but we might also just continue to see money kind of flooding in. I will point out, let's change this back to date over here and start to look at what you've got coming in. We don't have a lot of bot stuff coming in. We do have some buys coming in that way, but what you are seeing right here is brand new purchase, brand new. So there's a lot of there's a lot of new investors coming in. So I think that we need to at least consider that along with SHIB, that's a day chart, but look at the 1 hour here. SHIB did have a little bit of a corrective run, got itself back into our little area here. So we're in good position right there for now. But it should, it's at some point SHIB's going to have to run and we're going to have to start seeing, some kind of pump out of it. But where do we go up to? 11.15. That's not a bad run. So now what do we think is going to happen here with SHIB? I guess we could do the same thing over here. Let's do this. We correct to maybe 1088. It might stay at this 0.382 level, and it might continue to turn around and continue pumping. But also, we should at least consider for now that if I'm excited, if I'm wanting to make a move, make a play, I think my play is Bone right now, that I might want to take some of my money out of SHIB and put it into Bone at this point, just to kind of see how this plays out. You see an 8 ETH sell just happened right there. Now let's move over a little bit further. And Drunken Cyan, thank you for the $5 bomb, man. I appreciate you. Let's go over to Crypti, because now we want to look at, I'm getting real curious to see what kind of holder count are we getting over the last little while. What kind of holder count do we have on SHIB in the last hour or so? 20 new holders, nothing significant, but 1,248 new holders in the last month, or I mean the last day. So let's get back over here and let's now find Bone on the list. And there we go, Bone. Ew, it's not being tracked over here. That's lame. Oh, well, anyway. Then let's go over here and let's see what it looks like on this one. That doesn't even have an update. All right. Well, if anybody knows where we can go to check out Bone holders, then well, Bone holders. I love that. That's actually pretty good. All right. So let's see where we're at. We're at 10.71. All right. Anyway, so what I was saying before is what we need 12 ETH. If I have 12 ETH, then I can buy that new laptop. And here's the new laptop that we're talking about. Asus Strix Scar 18. That is at Best Buy on sale right now today. Not, by the way, the best of deals in my mind. Here we go. Now you can see here, it is an i9 1390HX, but it only has 16 gigabytes of DDR5. So at $24.99, it's worth it though, because if you go to the 32, it's like $3,200 versus $24.99. RTX 4080, 12 gigabytes, 1 terabyte SSD. And it does not have, it's not a SCAR. Even though I did put in the SCAR, you'll note that this has glows all over the front, but when you open the back up over here, this little area that little area right there, and this little area right here on the SCAR, those both glow while you're doing stuff. But I don't really need that. I just need an 18-inch with the ability to do whatever it is, and then a kit of 32 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM, the same as that, is only like $107. So it would be worth it to pay $24.99, get that one, so that I can upgrade this laptop, by the way, for the content purpose. And we just got a pump going in Bone again. Here we go. We've got 7 ETH just purchased. So starting to see that pump happen just a little bit more. What we haven't seen, by the way, just so everybody's keeping track here, we haven't seen the Asian market really start to dig in. We haven't seen the Indian market really start to dig in yet. We haven't seen the Middle Eastern market. We might have seen a little bit because it happened. It did happen. What was it? What time was it? The announcement was at 3 p.m. ish. So that's about a 6-hour time differential. So 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. So, a lot of the European market might not have seen it either. So we might be looking at just an overnight great pump. So we're going to put a pin in this. We're going to close that out for right now. We'll leave this up over on the other. Side. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to say, where is the total crypto market right now? And we are still just banging out this little red zone here. We've not really even made it to the heart line of this to say that we're ready to start pumping into the positive, but we did move into the pink right here, which would indicate that maybe some green is coming very shortly. So it is possible that we are on a bit of a relief rally. Now, I think tomorrow ends up being a little more of the same Jerome Powell. I don't think we're going to get anything kind of crazy out of him at this point. I think that what we've seen already is what we end up, what we see is what we get. Day 2 is probably not going to be a bombshell or anything like that. So I think that people have digested it. People have decided, hey, you know what? He's saying, we already realized we're going to need to do some rate hikes a little bit more than what we needed to do. But then he started talking about crypto, and he's talking pretty favorably about crypto. And I think that that has changed things for the sentiment in crypto, because if you remember here, the Dow Jones did close down 574. Jesus Christ, I really don't like this thing. 574 points for the day. Like it had a massive sort of capitulation, down quite a bit from what was otherwise a pretty nice little run that it was on. So we're up 1.82 billion right now. And I mean, maybe we're talking right now, SHIB is to thank for it, because this has started to spark maybe a little bit of retail curiosity into the market. And maybe, just maybe, even some institution is thinking like, hey man, this might be a good play. So we'll see what happens. Bitcoin, as the next one up, is looking at, it's broken. Now, of course, it broke this line. We're out of it by a couple of hours. On the 4 hour, we've broken out 2 different candles. This candle does have to close still. And this candle that's a 6 o'clock candle. So it's got another 3 hours. So that's got 3 hours to go. That could reasonably pump itself back up into this channel and invalidate this move to the downside. So we could be just kind of rolling back in business and continuing on. But if we break out of here and we do not kind of confirm in here, then it'll be time to just get rid of this and say that we're really on to a new move. This one over here, we're not worried about that. Then we have over here what's going on with Ethereum, which did have a breakout of its channel, but let's go to the 1 hour. It's a little easier to look at. But it did break back into the channel, because I think there's a little bit of excitement happening right now because of SHIB. Like, I don't want to say that there's a direct correlation, but it would appear that way, at least to me. So I think that we've probably got a lot of positivity, a lot of positivity happening right now in the market because of SHIB, and that's bleeding over into Ethereum at this point. So we're going to keep track of all of this, of course, over the next little while and see what happens. Bone is minting red right now on the hour, so we'll see if we can get to that 175 and then get over it, start using it as support. SHIB is pumping up to 1100. Remember, it did pump up to 1115 just 2 hours ago, so it might be in a reverse pattern, and it might be going again. Luna Classic is down. USTC is up. Generally speaking, though, not a lot of surprises. So let's take this opportunity while we have it to go over to check out what's going on with Volt. Volt was trading at around 1620, 1630 most of the day, still trading in the 1630 range. Did have a dip down to that 1580, but then immediately found some support and bounced its way back. Now, again, needs that big move, needs to get into that level. By the way, for those of you that I was talking about this, and I would like to stress the Ides of March. The Ides of March, again, are so important to me, because I have this feeling that, and Voltoshi does not, I did not ask him, so I have no idea and no context or frame of reference or any idea whether it's real or not. But if you go to the original SHIB, and let's pop this out. It's not that SHIB, by the way, that we track. It's a different SHIB. The original SHIB is this one right here, I think. And then let's close that out, and then let's do it on the day. And then let's go all the way back, and we're looking for March of 2021. And God damn it, I picked the wrong one. Of course I picked the wrong one. Believes you, dildo. It was not that one. It was this one, 1096, 1.27. All right, but we're on the day, so we'll find it pretty quickly. Nope. And then we have... Now we're going to zoom in right here. There you go. Okay, so check this shit out right here. All right, so this is one of the big days for SHIB back in the old days. Now listen, when we look at this, by the way, you're looking at it and you're seeing like this minimal sort of run. But this minimal sort of run is, look at this percentage here. This is 600%. SHIB went 6x on March the 13th, March the 14th, March the 15th. So this little area right here was a massive move by SHIB, and we're coming up on it. So I have a feeling that that's what we're about to see. And remember, the reason that I'm saying that is because we also had a massive run that Voltoshi initiated right here. So does that mean that we're initiating another one right here with whatever announcement, whatever anything is going on? I think that we're probably going to have it correspond right over here. And then I think that that means that we've got another little move. And then April the 10th. And then in the month of April, this is what SHIB ended up doing. And I think that I get the feeling right now that if we're following SHIB at this point, if that's what we're doing, then I think that I think that maybe Voltoshi goes in as hard as possible to make and recreate exactly what's going on here. Because, by the way, for those of you that don't know, for those of you that have not been paying attention, I gotta look you in the eyes when I tell you this one. There is somebody out here who says that they have tracked down Ryoshi, and that Ryoshi is actually Sam Bankman-Fried. And I hope that you guys are like, what? Because I did the same thing. And then Ryoshi Coinbase. So here it is. Is SBF... Oh, that's not the one I wanted because that one sucked. That article was not very good. Cryptobastic here has an actually good article. It says, is SBF Ryoshi, Coinbase director, draws links between Shiba Inu creator and Alameda. So this says, Coinbase director of project strategy and business operation, Connor Grogan, has drawn links between Ryoshi, the anonymous Shiba Inu creator, and Sam Bankman-Fried's Alameda research. Grogan did this in a Twitter thread yesterday, showing that a BitCub deposit address used by Ryoshi was linked to an OpenSea account named Alameda. As highlighted by Grogan, Ryoshi used the deposit address twice in 2020 and 2021. As explained by the Coinbase director, BitCub does not change deposit addresses, a fact that the crypto creator may not have been aware of. Now, you know, of course, your deposit address changes with most centralized exchanges, but with BitCub, it does not. A wallet directly connected to the founder of Shiba Inu has an interesting OpenSea account name, Alameda. Now, additionally, Grogan pointed out that the OpenSea account minted an SBF-inspired NFT meme limited created by the SBF Legendary Collection in September of 2020. It has only 10 pieces with 8 owners at the time of writing. It is listed for 25 ETH, a little over 39,000 at current rates. The Coinbase executive, who occasionally shares interesting blockchain data, disclosed that it is unclear why Ryoshi would take Alameda's OpenSea handle in 2020, suggesting perhaps the SHIB creator was holding onto it for memes. Meanwhile, it's not the first time that Grogan has drawn links between the popular doggy-themed meme and Alameda. In a thread last month, the Coinbase director shared data that indicated that Alameda, at the time the largest SHIB farmer, likely formed at the top of the last bull run for the meme coin by dumping it just as FTX expanded SHIB perpetual trading. Unsurprisingly, Grogan's latest findings have led to speculation that SBF is Ryoshi. In response, some Shiba Inu community members have turned to Lucy SHIB, a popular community influencer, and Shaitoshi, At the time of writing, both are yet to respond. It is worth noting that Ryoshi, following in the footsteps of Satoshi Nakamoto, the anonymous Bitcoin creator, disappeared from the scene in May of 2021. Despite this, the community continues to follow Ryoshi's vision for the product, an example being Shibarium, a proposed Ethereum Layer 2 protocol, which Kusama maintains will launch soon. Now, we didn't know when this came out that it would launch on a specific day, so we had no idea of the context, but there we go. How about that right there? Boom. I put in 15,000 earlier today. Oh, DJ, I put in 10 ETH earlier, and now it's 10.71. So that's why I was saying earlier that I wanted to buy the that I wanted to buy that laptop. So I was thinking if I could just get, look, if I can get a 12 ETH out of it, that's 15 and 15. That's 3,000. That means that I could buy the new laptop, and then I could pay for the 32 gigs of RAM that I wanted to get instead of the 16. So there we go. Is Shibarium real, Bleeves? Well, Shibarium is just a program, and it's just a layer 2 blockchain solution. So is it real? No. But is it programmable and usable and functional? We're about to find out. But yes, they did say that this is getting ready to happen. This is getting ready to happen. 3 wins, 9 losses in the last 12. Your Bulls suck it. Big league bleeds. Hey, you know what? That's not fair. That's not fair. I don't play for them. I'm not on the team. I'm not on the team. Look, if we were on the team, then we would be 72-10, and we'd be headed to the playoffs as the number 1 overall seed. Launches within the next 4 days, DJ. As a matter of fact, for anybody who hasn't seen it so far, let me go back here and let me get on Shaitoshi's thread here. This was from Shibarium Technology. Attention, Shib Army. We're thrilled to announce that Shibarium Public Beta will be launching this week. Make sure you're following our official socials over the next few days as we reveal all the details on how to access the beta website. Hail Shib. And I took that, by the way, that's my background today. So, boom, shakalaka, 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 boom. And in celebration of this, maybe all of you guys should just buy memberships for everybody so that everybody has memberships. By the way, we're up to almost 100 members in on my YouTube channel. So I'm trying to get to 300 members. So if anybody wants to help out, for sure, it's only $4.99 a month now. You can, by the way, I did open up a whole bunch of different levels, so you can go up to $99 a month if you just want to give me free money. I absolutely will take it. So yeah. Can I buy Bone with ETH on Uniswap? That's where I bought it. Matter of fact, dude, I just showed you. Look, I'm on Uniswap right here. So what I did was I bought 10 Ethereum today, which was 9,753, DJ, and it seems to be running pretty good. So I'm just going to kind of let it ride. And you can see right here that Shib is also on the move. I don't think Shib is doing as good, of course, but that's actually old data. Let's move on from that one because that cannot be where it was. Let's go back here to Bone. Bone is at $1.73.54 right now. That pump was up to $1.95 earlier today. And here we are. So now, here's what I'm seeing, by the way. So we saw the hammer right here. We know that that's going to pump it. We saw the hammer right here. We know that's going to pump it. Now we've seen the reverse hammer on 2 candles so far. So we got 29 minutes on this candle. So if we don't see this candle pick it up and start to pop upwards, then it would be safe to say here that this run might be over for another correction right now. So we might be on the move back down just a little bit, but we do have, as the data starts to move, we've got the 50-day SMA starting to move over the 200 in the next couple of hours. I think that's what it looks like anyway. So, we might be seeing some good stuff happening. But you are seeing, again, you're going to see some continued sell-off because there are some people that are going to be looking to take profit along the way. And a lot of front running is going on. That popped it up to $1.75.99. That was and that's a pretty good move. So now the question is, how far can it run? And what I said was, and we'll come over here for anybody who's paying attention and look at it. This is where it's running right now. I said that we're looking at $1.75 proving to be resistance. You can see that right here, and you can see that right here. So we're obviously looking at some resistance at $1.75. The $1.75 level seems to be a little bit tough. Now, above that, $7 above is $1.82, which is also a big resistance level. Then looks like every 5 cents after that, up to $1.92. And then it seems like there's an opening right in here. And then it goes up to $2.11 for real resistance. Now, if we zoom out just a little bit, you can probably make an argument about every 5 cents along the way. So if I look at $1.92 and probably look at $1.95, 96 right there, that's almost $1.97. So that's probably another level. And then there's 202 probably along the way right there that maybe you can make that argument. I don't think so, but what the hell do I know? And then 206. So, every 5 cents or so, you're looking at a little bit of a scrap financially. So we'll see how this plays out over the next few hours. But the other thing that I can tell you is that the opposite of what we were just talking about is happening right here. So you can see right here on the chart that we are minting a hammer, which means that that's a bullish sign, meaning that the price should be shooting upwards, even though we did see these candles right here and we saw this candle up here. But we did see a lot of bottom. Weight here, and this one right here is just a massive big one. So that's the most bullish sign that you can get when you're ready for a pump. So we could be seeing a lot more move to the upside coming over the next little while. So that's what it looks like. That's how this thing is playing out. I kept my Lily. Was that a dumb move, sir? I kept mine too. I have I do have. Okay, so hold on for me 1 second here, dude. It wouldn't let me on Uniswaps. Now I didn't use my slippage. Hold on. Let me show you what my slippage is. My slippage was 1%. So I'm not using a huge percentage. So you need to make sure that you're on the right I want to say on the right bone, and then it's just my childish mind is preventing me from doing it without laughing. You can put Volt on Coinbase. Yes, you can. You can put Volt on Coinbase. So King B's in the house, by the way. What's going on, man? All right. So let's get back over here and let's try to figure out, by the way, for those of you that are coming in late, for those of you that didn't see earlier, and for those of you that are going to be showing up around 8 o'clock, we're going to go over it maybe a little bit more. But today, Jerome Powell was talking and was actually very supportive of the cryptocurrency space, saying that obviously there's some problems. It's evident to anybody who's looking, but that he believes that some stablecoin regulation is going to be needed so that the cryptocurrency market can move forward in the right path. Seem to be real contrary to what Gary Gensler or Larry Lensler is using, because we got to call him Loser Larry at this point, because not only did that happen, but a judge overruled the SEC today and said that Voyager Digital and Binance.us sale can conclude. So Binance.us will now be the owner of Voyager Digital assets. So, and Gary Gensler can't stop it. So, just a bad day overall for the SEC. The Fed is moving against them. Anybody with a brain seems to be moving against them. Nobody seems to respect Gary Gensler. So, all right. So we're at $1.75 right now. You might be seeing Bone start to have that move. I feel like there's going to be a big move here that's going to surprise us, that we've been waiting for that to happen. It's bigger than this was last time, but it's not as big as this one over here when we were speculating. So I feel like we're going to get this a couple times. Like, I feel like that's going to happen, and we're going to see another one happen immediately after. I really feel like we're going to get to like 250, 260. I want to say that there'll be a concerted effort and a concerted push by a lot of people to probably create a new legacy all-time high. This one was what was the all-time high over here? Let's just pop it into the week and see. Oh yeah, we can't see it over here because I got it set up with MEXC because I don't want to know what that old stuff was. But it was two Bone Shiba swap over here, $3.88. Are you shitting me? Like, that can't be right, right? Kiss my ass. I guess it can. All right. So when Bone Shiba Swap launched, it had a high of 388. So could it get back to its all-time high of 388 with the news that Shibarium is ready to go? I mean, I suppose that it's possible, and I suppose that I suppose that we could look at it that way. But I think it also we deserve to at least point out that that happened at the launch. That happened when crypto was out of its mind. So, it seems a little more realistic to think that this 256 number here or something like along those lines seems to be a little more reasonable. So I don't want you guys thinking that this is going to go to $5. I heard a lot of people talking about it. I just, when you hear people talking about this stuff, you tend to get that sentiment where you start to feel that things are just going to go take off and they're just going to start pumping super hard. Like, I don't know that that's the case. I don't know that this is the market for that. I know that the possibility certainly exists. I know that we could, see something start to develop, but I just don't know that right now is the time that we're going to see, that magical run. Of course, that being said, that could be the start of this next leg of the bull run. So, we are watching this with anticipation, hoping that we see something crazy happen. But, let's look at the 1 minute chart. As soon as we get to, so here you go. Yeah, I mean, you can really get a good idea what's going on right now, because on the 1 minute chart, then you can see here that every time we touch this thing, we're getting rejected, strongly rejected. And we just got strongly rejected again, and maybe just bought right back up. So there might be a concerted effort to push it over $1.75 right now. So maybe we can see a little bit of strength. But, I think we really need to see a good deal of strength right now. And we should consider that the market cap is around 400 million. And then we have to ask our question, hey, where can this go? How far can this go? And how quickly could it go? And then, of course, we go to coin market cap and come down here into the 400 million range. And we see Bone right here at number 96 at $1.74, up 12.88% in the last little bit. For the year to date, only up 99. So SSV is up 300. So we still might have a couple of X left, but it really would be difficult at this market cap. Because again, you have to come up with the capital somewhere when this kind of shit's going on. So Conflux doing 800% goes on only to 570. Let's get up here and let's see what it looks like up here at the top. APT at 1.8 billion. Now that's an idea. So if we can get to 1.8, that'd be a 400% increase, right? So is that possible? Perhaps 5x from where we are. Lido went up 135%. So okay, so I want to say that it seems like a stretch, but it's not that big a stretch to say that getting into that upper echelon might be achievable. So we're certainly not going to 6 billion, like SHIB is. But I mean, could it get to the top 50? And what's number 50? Number 50 is 1 billion. So could it go 200% from where it is right now? I mean, it could. That would be $5. So I guess the only thing left now is to just watch it and see. But oh, god damn it. I did mean to do this. I had an idea here. Bone technical analysis. Here you go. You got all these people out here that are giving like bone predictions and bone prices. What are we getting here? Gareth Soloway. Supply shock. It's going to 500, 100, 200, or 300 with mathematical proof. Let's see. $10. Here we go. Build a bot in 7 minutes. Hey, that's not bad. My bot's ready to go, by the way. I just haven't launched it. $100 bone by 2023, but it's using a question mark, so it's not saying it. This chick says buy now. I don't think that's a real chick. All right, warning. $32.45 is possible. 21 million% massive opportunity is possible. $100 is in sight. Jesus Christ. Oh gosh, Jesus Christ. God damn it. You know what? I apologize to everybody who I said that crazy shit to. Okay. So if I ever said some crazy shit to you about thinking something's going to go up 1,000,000%, or 21 million%, I apologize. Over some short period of time, like Jesus Christ, that's just insane. It will one day, we will see something like that, but it's going to be a small micro cap that goes into a massive cap. And it's going to be because it captures the spirit and the essence of something that did it right before. So it's going to be like Volt will go crazy, and Volt will have a 10 or a $20 billion market cap. And then something comes along right behind it called Voltage. And it does the same thing in a short period of time. And the percentages just make it look like that. You know what I mean? So I'm sure something like that will happen at some point. So anyway, we'll see how that all plays out. But yeah, this whew. All right, so the day is over. Now we're looking at the 1 hours. So the 1 hours are softening up. We're starting to see the candles wicking at the top on this 1 hour on the Ethereum Uniswap side. So that doesn't look good. That doesn't bode well. But over here on the other side, on 1 minute that we're doing right now, we just pop back up and we are still fighting. We're at $1.75. So the opportunity exists right here with a tiny push that we get over that hump. And the next thing you know, we're now going to, what is it, $1.81? Then we start to see it everywhere. We'll start to see every one of these. We'll start to see every one of these things start to pop. Yeah, I mean, the opportunity certainly exists. Hey, guys, there's only like 46 likes right now, 48 likes. So if you could, I certainly would appreciate if you would hit the like button. Let's get more people in here. Let's get more people watching. More people getting boned. That would be kind of cool. There we go. Ooh, I forgot to do that. Yeah, we got to hide that. Now let's save it, and now let's show it. We'll do like and subscribe from there. That sounds a lot better. All right, let's move this over here. So now we can look at that. All right. Yeah, it's because my voice is wearing out from all the talking at this point. But now $1.75. We're at $1.73. Uniswap says 10.71. I think it's time for me to just take the profit, probably, and just go with it. But I feel like if I do that, then I'm going to be missing out on what ends up being a nice big pump overnight. Like I don't think I'm not worried about it going down at this point. I think that over the next 2 days or so, that we're probably going to end up seeing a nice big run. But yeah, I'm see, like I would think that between $1.44 and it just seems to me like 212, 250, like these big numbers over here that like we should be pushing through over the next 2 days to an all-time high. Like that does not seem unreasonable, but it does seem a little bit odd that there is so much resistance at $1.75 right now, or at least the demand is such that we're not pushing our way through it. And it could, by the way, just be that all of this right here, that exhausted the investors. Because you got to consider that that was a big move. Like that was a very big move to happen in that short period of time. 26%. I mean, it's not gigantic, but it's also not insignificant. So I think maybe having that kind of run might have worn down. And also, there could be a reason, and we could be witnessing a lot of investors kind of holding bone in place right now. We could be seeing a lot of bears that are doing a lot of selling off at $1.75, because let's face it, it's very rare that you get the price that high, especially for those of you that got in like real low. You know, bone was trading at what, 40 cents for a long time. So it could just be that you got a lot of people out here who've made a lot of money, and they're just trying to get their money. And was it 40? I want to say it was, it was down to 40. It was below that. It was down, 40 cents. So at 40 cents, I mean, you're really talking about a 4x off of your position. So it doesn't seem unreasonable to me to say that that you've been holding long enough, and it's time to take your 4x and move on. I mean, especially if you consider somebody like me, right? Like I'm just an idiot here, and I put 10 ETH in. I'd be sitting on 40 ETH at this moment. So that's a big move and a big bold move. So, and my hope, of course, was that we would just pop in here and that maybe we could get up to that 12 ETH level, which was that was my sell level, by the way, because that was just my laptop level, as they say. So now, yes, as a matter of fact, what I was saying, Chris, a little while ago, is you have to consider the world and where we are right now. We're not even at the point that India is awake yet. So if we're looking at a world clock, a lot of people were asleep last night and don't know that this has even happened. So world times, and we look at the world clock right here. In London, it's 1:50 a.m. In Tokyo, it's 10:50 in the afternoon. Shanghai, 9:50 a.m. So we're good there. What are we looking at? Mumbai, it's still 7:20 in the morning. So it's still like an hour away from when we would actually start to see some real activity. Dubai, it's 5:50 a.m. So we still have like a little over 2 hours before Dubai kind of kicks in. And then still 6 hours for London. So 6.5 hours basically. So we're just kind of waiting for a lot of the world to find out that Shibarium is coming, and we're going to see who the most enthusiastic. You know what? Here's a good question. What country has the most Shiba Inu token holders? Who owns the most Shiba Inu coins? Aside from Binance, if it says goddamn Binance, I'm going to lose my mind here. Of course, that's what it did. All right, let's try the Shiba Inu token holders by country. Nope. Nope. Yeah. Guess it's just not tracked that way. So we'll see how this plays out. Well, China's open. That was my point. I think that China, if they were interested, then maybe, we would already be seeing a little bit more of a pump than we are right now. So can you please explain how 25x leverage works? I put in $25 on Bitcoin and ETH long. How does that work if we go back up to 25,000? So you're basically, you're using a stop loss, and you're using, so if you went $25 on Bitcoin, then you either went long or short using your leverage, right? So I assume, since you're asking, you went long on it. So if it goes to 25,000 from here, then whatever 25 times 25, I mean, so 25 is 25, 625. So you put 625 on it at, and if it goes up 20%, then that number goes up 20% times 1.2. So you make 750 off of 25x, right? As opposed to if you just did 25 right now, as opposed to 25 right now, you would make, I don't know, not even $1, right? You would make 50 cents or something like that. So you've got it up there very big. Now, the other part is, since you've done this, you also have a stop loss set up for your short. So if you go down $25 on your short, that means that you're going to lose your position. So Bitcoin cannot go backwards. It has to keep going up for you to win on that. So yeah, if you, well, I don't know how you set it up, but generally you would set it up to close itself. You wouldn't leave it open. Yeah, like, just to give you an example here, Fit, if you put up $1,000 and you use 25x leverage, then all you're risking is, say, $1,000, just in context, right? So if Bitcoin makes a tiny move down, then you lose your $1,000 and you're just out your $1,000. It has to go up. It has to make a move in that direction, because otherwise you're just risking too much. Now, when you're using that crazy leverage, you have to make sure you use a stop loss so that you're not losing anything else. And, whoever you're using it with, you have to have some kind of guarantee in the bank, because like you could get absolutely wrecked and devastated off of it. There's some people who would use, like, for example, if you take 5,000 and you use the leverage, it's possible that, you call it perfect, right? You put $5,000 in, you go 25x, you go 100x, or something like that. It is incredibly possible that it just takes off like a rocket and you make just a ton, right? But also, it could just go down just a little bit and absolutely wreck you, and you've lost all 5,000 of the dollars that you put in. Just by virtue of somebody saying, "Okay, it's time to wreck some stops," and then you just get wrecked and you're out your $5,000, and whatever you thought you were about to have, you lose. It's very easy to get wrecked, especially when you're using so much leverage. If you don't use nearly as much leverage and you're doing longs and shorts without too much leverage, and generally speaking, in the United States, you don't get nearly as high leverage as you can in overseas markets. So, Bleeves, could you please tell me if I'm doing this right? I have 2 million shares of Volt, and by 100, would that mean I made 200,000? And I see it. I don't know what you're saying, David. If you have 2 million shares, so if you have 2 million Volt right now, you have like $200. So if it goes up 100x, you would have 20,000. Yeah. If at 100x and you have $200 in Volt, then it would be 20,000. 10x would be 2,000 if you have $200. If you have 2 billion, then that would be a little bit more. You would have like, I think $3,000 right about now. So if you had $3,000 and it goes 100x, you would have 300,000. But I'm just kind of spitballing to make numbers fit for that purpose. So, all right, what are we sitting at right now? We're sitting at 172 on Bone. We're starting to mint a red candle, which means that we're having a little bit of a drawback. Bone is down to 173.50 over here on MEXC. Did not break through again on that $1.75. So we did not get what we were looking for. And you can see the market here has started to retrace itself just a little bit. We come over here to the Uniswap and we see that I'm at 10.65. So it looks like we're still waiting for that big play. So we're not actually getting it, even though, I don't know what the market sentiment is. By the way, I don't know what it's looking like overseas. I don't know. I can see over here the Korean index is down 1% already. That's not a good sign, by the way. The Korean market could actually be spooked by the Dow Jones because they saw what happened over here and saw that the U.S. market just got absolutely wrecked. So they could be just acting like complete jeets right now. Chinese market doesn't seem to care. It's had a couple of down days, and it does have a gap right here. But the gap looks like it's about to be filled on today's candle. So, we do have to consider that the markets will react to what happened in the United States today and Jerome Powell. So how they take the news might be a little bit different than how we take the news. And when we go consider, this is the pre-market, and all the pre-markets are in the positive. But, once you have a down 574 day, you better have a good market the next day. So otherwise you are in a deep disaster. So, yeah. But anyway, so this is how the market, and it's 8 o'clock, by the way. So we're minting new candles right now. So Bone's now down to 171 over here, 172 over on the other side. And that's 10.61, I want to say. Guess quick. 10.6. When it resets, it's going to be 10.61, right? 10.65. God damn it. See, you should have bet against me. Tim Shea says, Crow, yay or nay? Crow is always a yay. I think Crow is always a yay. And right now, I get the feeling right now that Crow is. I mean, you should accumulate anytime you can. And at 7 cents, I mean, it seems like a steal at this point, and it's structurally solid. Like even though we're not seeing that magnificent pump that we'd like to see out of Crow or anything like that, at 7 cents, it is a deal because you can just really grab a day chart, scroll backwards, and there's 98 cents right there. So that's 14x off of where we were before. And if you just consider that when the market pumps, you're guaranteed. I mean, almost, and I say guaranteed like it is guaranteed. It's not really. Nothing's ever guaranteed. But if Crow just continues to deliver the way that Crypto.com has delivered, which is not fantastic, but it's been solid. And if it continues to do that, then its share of the market will probably stay relatively the same and it won't lose market share. So a 14x seems to be a no-brainer, right? That it would trade at 98 cents or up to $1 or something like that. It should be absolutely a no-brainer. So If you have 10 grand, then I would expect that I'd be pulling out 140 grand from it at some point, just because the market moves that way. I mean, and of course, same thing with everything. MEXC is fairly new, I think, so we're not going to see. But their high over here is $3.70. So, like there's big potential here for MEXC on a takeoff, Crow on a takeoff. For a lot of them, to be fair, like Matic, we keep talking about Matic keep continuing to pump and stuff like that, but I mean, let's scroll back. It's at $1.14 right now. Its high was $3. So yeah, there's enormous potential for Crow. I mean, it's really just one of those set it and forget it kind of things, though, because you can't just lose your mind staring at it every day, wondering what's happening or when it's going to happen or something like that, because it's just going to be too difficult to predict, too hard to figure out any of that shit. So let's by the way, just so you guys know, don't forget, because look, the man himself endorses me.
I'm about to drop some hugely powerful alpha. And that's what they call it. They call it alpha, believe me. Okay? And not many people know this, but alpha means that I know big things, strong things, powerful things. So here's the alpha, folks. If you want to be hugely rich like me, you got to join and subscribe to the BLEEVESCRYPTO YouTube channel. You got to become a member, because many people say, quite frankly, it's the strongest YouTube channel out there. It's fantastic. It's the best. So let me know what you think, folks. Funny Donald out.
And if you can't trust Donald Trump, who can you trust? Especially funny Donald Trump. Like that's funny Donald Trump. That's not even real Donald Trump. That's funny Donald Trump, and he's hilarious, right? He says shit like Bigley. Who says Bigley? Who really says Bigley? Well, I guess Donald Trump does, but you know what I mean. Who's smart? Do you guys know I was just God damn it. I don't know if you guys know him, but I was just contacted by the actual Miles Dutcher from Crypto Banter. So maybe we'll be talking about something. So and maybe we'll see something out of that. You know what I mean? But anyway, it's not big league, man. It's bigly. It's absolutely bigly. It's Bigly. Because I thought it was big league too, and he says bigly. So it's one of the most hilarious things that I swear to God, if you can't enjoy Donald Trump, even if you don't like him as a person, it's okay. You can still enjoy him the guy is at least an entertainer, and he's one of the most entertaining people that you can possibly see, right? So how can you not enjoy him? But anyway, let's get back over here and let's make some magic happen. So we're down to 10.63, which means that now we're sucking. So we are dipping. So now we got to consider where are we going to dip and what's going to happen over here. So it should be simple. Fib retracement. We kind of just we're going to ignore this big spike over here because that doesn't seem to be reasonable or rational. So $1.62, $1.57, and at a worst case scenario, $1.53 seems to be where the dump is or where the dip would be. And then it would be then it would be a spike going back into the positive, we would hope, right? And then we would have a little bit of strength to get through that $1.75 level, maybe bust in. I mean, again, I know this sounds ridiculous here. Like I'm showing you the chart of a yellow jacket. But you know, I think that we bust through a lot of this stuff pretty soon. So, and by the way, a few minutes ago, this market was way down. And let me get back to the 1 hour so that we can get a better look at it. Just a few seconds ago, this market was way, way, way down, like 1 point something billion. And now all of a sudden, $1 billion just re-entered the market at a moment's notice. And we seem to be reversing course. And Ethereum is back in the positive again. And Bone just turned green one more time. So, yeah, that's we've got a great opportunity here. So it's just a matter of time now. So okay, so where did my banner thing go? All right, let's cut that right now because that's getting my nerves. All right, so add zeros, insurrectionist. Maybe. But let me get off here, guys. I wanted to come on early. I wanted to just kind of hit it with you guys. Go over this a little bit earlier because I thought it was important that we started to look at Bone. We started to get an idea of what's going on with Bone, and then from there, we'll see what happens. Excuse me. But I do have to let my voice rest. I did think that this was going to be like a 2.5 hour thing, but again, like you just said, I'm coughing. I can't keep up talking for the next little while. So this is not financial advice. My name is Bleeves. I'm always right. We will talk to you guys again very, very soon. I will see you guys for breakfast with Bleeves in the morning.
I'm looking for the good life, good life. Sitting on top of the world, I wanna be shining like diamonds and pearls. I want you to go there with me, girl. I'm looking for the good life, good life.